Not because I woke up with this feeling in the pit of my stomach that spread to my feet. It just felt like this intense miss. It was like this intense wanting. Um, it was almost to the point where like I almost felt sick. Like I felt like I had either stomach pains or I was gonna have stomach pains or a panic attack. Um, there was just this kind of really unsettling void in the pit of my stomach. Whoever this person is, they really miss you. And it's almost like, especially when, at times when they're by themselves, um, Five of Pentacles, they feel really out in the cold. When they're by themselves, they are watching you or they're looking at you, and the pain just gets worse. This was somebody who held themselves back from you, but are seeing you now, and it looks like in a different light. They could be an air sign. They could be a Libra. You could be an air sign. You could be Earth. And they're thinking about all the things that they missed about you. Um, all the things that they took for granted almost. It's almost like to some extent they are starved for your affection. Like there's something about this gnawing want, because that's what it feels like. That it almost feels like I haven't been touched in a while. It feels like I have not had human touch, or at least, but this doesn't feel physical. This feels like I haven't been touched, or haven't been seen, or haven't been noticed by another person. And in this situation, that other person is you. And that is something it's just kind of setting them afire, but that fire feels really cold. This is a really odd sensation. And there's something about this connection that makes them feel like they're not able to, they might not be able to get it back. And that's why it stands in the place of possibility in their mind. They feel like, this is so weird, they feel like Oliver Twist. Maybe that's significant. Please, sir, may I have some more? Some more of everything that you had to offer them. They look up to you in a way that, I mean, this could be romantic. If it felt romantic, like but it could also be friends. It felt romantic to the point where I've never missed my friends like this. So there's that. But there's something about this for them, this missing, that's causing a tower moment. Like it feels like it's impending doom for them. That if they don't do something to take care of that, if they don't do something to, it almost, it almost feels like divine pressure. In the way that could possibly put that person into a spiritual awakening is what it feels like. Good Lord. It feels like divine pressure. So don't be surprised if this person comes to you with an offering, because this kind of pressure feels like the only way that it can be alleviated. This pain feels like the only way it can be alleviated is through you. Like, it's almost like they feel like you're the cure to that which ails them. Who is this King of Swords? Somebody who, it could have been that this person, you guys could have been friends. It could have been that this person had a lot of friends. That's where death is in reverse. They don't want this thing to be over. God, they don't want it to be over. It's something that's just driving them crazy. This is Scorpio energy. There's air energy here, and then there's water. It feels like there is a heavy friend vibe. And this is somebody who pretends like everything is okay on the outside, but on the inside they guard themselves. On the inside, it's very much not. This is somebody who's emotionally, mentally guarded. They're also somebody who, I don't know, aggression is significant. Maybe they were aggressive. I hope not in that way. It doesn't feel like they were aggressive in the way that they would like be physically aggressive or abusive. It feels like it's a defense mechanism. This is somebody who heavily defended who they were. Heavily defended who they were. They held back from you. And they did it so that they would save themselves. Like, this could be an earth sign. It could be a fire sign. It feels like part of it felt like they were selfish on the outside of it, but on the inside of it, it was just that they were insecure. They didn't want to be hurt again. And they really couldn't afford to be hurt by you. The Star. There's something about this missing energy that's really damaging, I was going to say. Or it feels damaging with the Five of Cups. They're really disappointed in themselves. They're really disappointed in their decisions. They passed up a good thing with you, and they know it, because to them, you're coming out as the Empress, as the Queen of Cups, and as the Hermit. So somebody wise, somebody stable, somebody regal. And somebody beyond this world with the Star. They regret. It feels like guilt. They regret how they were with you. They regret that they didn't make this move, that they didn't make space for you, is what it feels like. It's something about that really eats them up. It just feels like heavy regret. And heavy regret, I mean, is seasoned with desire. There's a serious desire there. And so this is somebody who's attempting to work through their feelings. Just like you did. They're trying to figure out, how do I get back to this place? How do I find them? How do I find collective again? It feels like they're to some extent, they're looking for you. Social media could be significant. It just feels like you're untouchable. It feels like you're in two completely different places, and they're not even sure if your worlds will collide again. God, there's just this feeling of longing. I mean, it's longing like dripping with desire. Every part of their body wants you. I mean, there's a lot of heat here. Um, there is a lot of fantasizing here because it feels like that's all that they have. They messed up a good thing and they know it. They messed up a real good thing and they know it. And this desire is something that eventually they're going to have to act on because it's going to be too overwhelming not to. Um, it's too overwhelming to try to hold this back. But they also don't want to come in with something that's too small, and so they're not really sure what to do. So they're in this kind of Six of Cups energy. There's love here. They see you as their counterpart. They see you as everything that they wanted, everything that they needed. They see you as their fulfillment, as their mental fulfillment, as their emotional fulfillment. It's almost like they see you as the person that can complete them. And this leaves them wanting in their chest. It leaves their hearts aching. It leaves their loins aching. I mean, these are really complicated feelings that don't just stay. They don't just have space and like this kind of liminal place of missing. Like that doesn't feel big enough. They ache for you. They want to be near you. They want to talk to you so bad. Again, like I said, like you are their missing piece. They want to come. They want to come to you. And it's something about this feeling this pressure that feels divine. It's like this divine pressure to go and make a thing right, even if making that thing right is just going to ease you, because this is a lot of emotion. But it's almost like this feeling, because my whole body is buzzing. It's almost like this feeling. It has to be addressed. It's going to get to the point where they won't have any choice but to move forward. They won't have any choice but to come to you just to make the hurt stop. And so while that could be explained as impulsive, it's pain relief is actually what it is. But that's your justice, because when they come close, when they finally come toward you, they're going to say the things that they should have said before, because to them you were like this gigantic missed opportunity that they didn't work on. They couldn't make up their mind. They played stupid, silly games. It's like I'm feeling, to some extent, maturation. The cards don't look it, but that's what it kind of is giving. It's giving this desire to come to you mature, to come to you, in a way that's worthy of you, and also to ease their guilt. They don't want this thing to be over. They know that they missed their opportunity before. They know that they were guarded. God, they know that that is you for them. I feel this deep, intense sadness. Um, it's almost where they feel like either they've never felt like this before, or they never wanted to feel like this again. And it could actually be both. There's something about this connection that you opened up their world almost. Um, you open them up. You let them see themselves. Yep. You open them up. You let them see themselves in a way that they've never thought that they could before. And it hurts so good. And it hurts so bad. This connection was real. If at any point you doubted it, don't. It was real. They feel it too. But this part of them, like, having to take this time, because this feels intensely no contact. Like, they're just a slow processor. Um, they just had to take their time. This was on hold, and it was for a reason. Both of you all needed time, and you needed space. You needed space to be able to go on and pursue and do what you had to do, and they needed space to think about what they'd done. This was on hold, and it was divinely on hold. Um, yeah, Hierophant and the Three of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and you moved on. You moved on. You started pursuing your dreams. You started pursuing your goal. I don't think that you stopped thinking about this person, but that thinking about wasn't enough. Um, because that deep well, it was something that was really, you were tired of investing, because the Knight of Pentacles actually was a little bit flipped. It was something that you were tired of investing in, and you didn't feel like you should have. You were tired of being the strong one in the connection. You were tired, and so you decided to be selfish. You decided to take that energy that you were pouring into somebody else, that you were giving them your wands. God, this person is in their head. You decided to take that energy and use it for yourself. You took the swords that they gave you and you made it work. You turned them into wands that's helping you feed your future. You needed this time apart that was divinely orchestrated so that you could go and pursue what you needed to. You needed, and that is succeeding. So where you're in the Seven of Wands energy, they're in the Six of Wands energy. They're about to try to give you their wand, but that would make them in the Six of Wands energy and you in the Seven. And so when this person comes back, you're going to have to choose wisely. You're going to have to figure out, are you willing to accept their wand, abandon your peace, possibly return to a place that you didn't want to be in again. Like this person had you in your head. They broke your heart. And at that time, they didn't realize what they were doing, but you knew it. And so now they're feeling what you felt back then. But you've done so much healing work with the Hierophant that, and the Star, that this relationship does not have the same effect on you as it did before, and that's a sign of your growth and your beauty. And so you made your decision. You made your decision. You decided to follow what it is that your passion, your plan, your vision. You decided to execute that with what you were saving on mental, emotional energy with this person. And it feels like when this person does come forward, there's something about this. There's something about this encounter. There's something about their turnaround that's going to be so satisfying. Something that's going to be so satisfying. Something that'll almost level you up, because this person could be a counterpart. Like, that's real. This could be, they have the potential to be everything that you need them to be, but that they're not there now. They're not there right now. And so should you get back into this relationship, it feels like there's a lot that's already gone past. There's a lot that's transpired already. And I'm not sure if you would be willing to sacrifice where you are and what you have ahead of you to walk back into this hangman energy. Because to some extent, that's where you would be. It would take you back to that place. It might reopen some wounds that some of them were abscesses. They weren't just wounds. So those needed to be drained, and they will be. That was such a gross metaphor. It's early. They will be taken care of with what it is that this person says to you. In some way, it'll give you back a sense of control, and it'll help you healthily close out this cycle if that's what you want. But some of this, what's it called when, like, you have a wound, cauterize. So you have a wound and, like, it won't stop bleeding and they need to burn it closed. So some of this wounding needed to be cauterized. And that's what happened when you all started your no contact. You cauterized a lot of bleeders. Because again, this felt like your heart was breaking. And it felt like by leaving this person, your heart was in some way bleeding. But it had to happen. The cycle needed to be complete so that you could go on. Because you got a lot of work to do. I say it's the strength that's on the bottom of the deck. You have a lot of work to do. And you invested enough. You invested enough. Enough emotions. Enough love, enough strength. Like you gave this person parts of you that it feels like you hadn't given to anybody. There's a part of you that you left with them. But there's also a lot that you walked away with. It made you the hermit, made you the Hierophant. I'm surprised I didn't see the High Priestess come out. It also made you discerning. It made you wise. And so, yeah, this person is probably going to come back towards you because this feeling, I'm glad I did this reading because now I don't feel like shit. This feeling is not going to go away. This feeling is part of their karma. It is intended for them to come back toward you and make a thing right. They just couldn't do it. They didn't have the internal resource to do it before. They couldn't make it right. But the divine is making... Spirit is so hilarious. Why I got this picture of like a playground and you got two parents and two kids were playing and one of them hit the other one and hurt him real bad. And so the one who got hit went crying back to their mom and it's like, oh my, he did. And then the other parent that is noticing this kid crying is like, has just snatched their kid up and is walking their tail back. And they're like, now apologize. I'm not putting, if you don't, I feel like that's what the divine is doing. Now go apologize. You, but not in like a mean way. Just in like a black mama way. Is your God a black woman? Okay, y'all, that's the reading because I really just want to go back to bed. I'm sorry you get all of this early morning puffy face business, but I couldn't sit with this on my stomach anymore. I'm tired. So I'll see you all later today. Okay. Love you, bye.